Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to understand the cross-region replication in different accounts. Okay, so we have created another video wherein I have replicated the cross-region replication uh, within the same account. Okay, now this is a different account. So when I say cross-region means say my bucket is in US East 1 and I want to replicate this bucket into another region. Say it could be OYO. We'll just take this region OYO2 and plus this particular bucket, the source bucket, would be in this 10878, which would be my source bucket or source account, and this would be my destination account. So let's start. So what are the steps? Let's start. First I'll create the bucket, the source bucket first. Okay, let's this is my source demo CRR source different account. I'm just giving this name. So this is my source bucket. Just very important thing, you have to enable versioning for replication, for cross region replication or same region replication. So this is compulsory. Rest everything will keep it as it is. So my source bucket is created. Now let's create the destination bucket in a different account. Just note that this is a different region and this is a different account. Okay. Here it's a destination account or a destination bucket in a different account. And I need to enable versioning even here. So that's very important. So this is an important prerequisite. Now once this is done, okay, so what I will do is I need to create role as well. Okay. Before creating the role, I'll do one more thing. We'll first set up the replication rule. So in the source bucket, so this is my source bucket. In this account, I go here, the management. I will create the replication rule and say CRR and account. Okay. Rest everything remains the same, and I will say apply to all the objects. And here in the destination part, here you can see you can specify the bucket. Okay. So you can so the one option is specify bucket in this account if it is part of the same bucket, okay, of same account. But now what we are doing is we are doing cross region replication in a different account. So that is why I need to give the account ID. We'll just copy this account ID from here, and then we'll copy the bucket name as well, which I have created in the destination or the different account. It came here US East 2, and we are in US East 1. So this is cross region replication, and this is one more important thing. So while doing replication, what I want to do is change object ownership to destination bucket. So what is going to happen basically? This source, it is going to run the replication. It is going to copy this data and put it in this bucket. So if I don't override this, right, then in that case, the object ownership still lies with the source bucket. But I don't want to do that. I want to do that. The object ownership goes to the destination bucket. So that's what I'm doing. And what I'll do is I'll create a new role. Let AWS create the new role. You can also create your own role, but I'm just giving that authority to AWS right now, and then we will just check how that rule looks. Okay, and then I'll also set the delete marker replication. I'll not change the storage class, and rest everything remains the same. We'll just save the replication rule. Here it will ask whether you want to replace the existing objects. So in my case, there is no need. So I'm not going to replace my existing objects. Just do submit. Here you can see the replication tool is ready. Okay, and now we'll check the role the AWS has created, right? Why this role is required? Because when the replication runs, right, so what is going to happen basically, S3 service basically will take the ownership, or basically will be the executor of fetching this data from source and then putting it into the destination bucket. So I need to pass on this role basically to S3. Here you can see, first of all, what are the permissions. Okay, I'll just do it here. So as you can see, these are the various permissions. So one is list bucket, get replication configuration, and all these details. So it is on both the source and the destination. And then other part is a replicate object, replicate, delete, etc. So this is what it needs, right? To copy data from source to destination. So this is the role which AWS has created. And one more important thing in this trust relationship. So who is the executor? So that executor or service basically will be my trust relationship. Basically, I'm going to pass this role to which service, or which service is going to assume this role, right? This is STA's assume role. So this trust relationship is very important in this case. So AWS has created this. Now what I'm going to do is, now this is the third step that we have done. We have created a bucket in source and destination. We created a replication role, and also the role was also created. This is in the source account. Just keep that in mind. Role is in the source account. Just copy this as well. Now what I need to do is, see, this is a different account, right? So obviously this source will not have access to this source service will not have access to this bucket. So I need to allow basically the permissions basically on this bucket. So who can allow? Basically the owner. The owner here is this account B. Okay, this account should allow my role. So the role that I have created, right? This role to actually do that part of replicating the objects from source to destination or writing into destination, right? So for that I need to go to permissions, and I'll just show you the role as well that we are going to do. The most important part is this part, the role that you are seeing. So this role is in my account A. It is in this account, which is basically a source bucket, where your source bucket is present. Just keep that in mind, okay? The role is created in the source side. Now this particular, now in the destination side bucket, I will have this policy, bucket policy. So what is my bucket policy? I will give the principal. Your principal is my role, the service role. Okay? Just keep that in mind. I'll just show you the role once again. You can directly copy the ARN from here as well. If I look here, it's the same thing. Okay, so we are good. So this is my role. This will be the principal which will be given the access. Okay, it is allowing access to this principal. What all access it is allowing? It is allowing list bucket, replication configuration, etc. On which resources? On the destination buckets object and the destination bucket. And similarly, the same principal will be allowed to do the replication, etc. on the destination bucket. So this policy I need to add in the destination bucket or the permissions. Now why this is required? This is required so that my account A service, right? A service should have access to the destination bucket because it is in the different. So that's the whole point here. Let me edit this bucket policy. I'll just copy paste here, and the bucket policy is saved. I think we are good here. So I think we have set everything here. And what I will do is I'll go to the source bucket now. I'll open the destination bucket here. And what I'm going to do is, let me do the demo of upload. I'm just going to add a folder. Here I do the upload. And here you can see also the status, right? What is the status of my replication? If you go down, it is showing pending. So this is in the management configuration. It is showing pending. Once it completes, it will show completed. If it fails for some reason, then it will show failed. Keep that in mind. Okay, as you can see, our application works, right? So now we have successfully done the cross-region replication in different accounts. For cross-region in the same account, I have a different video. You can watch that video. This is cross-region replication in a different account. Just keep that in mind. And say if it is same region, right? Like if I was storing in the same region, like US East 1 to US East 1, but in a different account. So that would be my same region replication. Everything remains the same. There is no change. in terms of you have to create the role. Okay, but because and it's a different account, right? It's a different account. That means you would need a bucket policy. Just keep this in mind. Two things are required when you do replication in a different account. Okay, so what are two things are required? First is role, and second one is the bucket policy in the destination wherever you're going to write the destination bucket. So that is very important. And also here the principal is your role. Okay, it is not your account, because your account is not going to do the replication task. Just keep that in mind. Your user or your account is not going to do the replication task. Who is going to do the replication task is this role, and this role will be assumed by the S3 service in the source account. Just keep that in mind, right? This role, this role is the principal, and this role will be assumed by the S3 service. So that's what we saw in the roles detail as well. So this is how the cross-region replication will work. I'll just recap once again what we did. So this is S3 cross-region replication, cross account basically. This is cross account replication. Just keep that in mind. It could be same region replication. So when we say same region replication, it means AP South 1 to AP South 1. And if it is a different region, that means AP South 1 to US East, something like that. But this is cross account. So what happens in the cross account? There is account A and there is account B. Okay. First, I create the buckets, destination bucket and the source bucket that I have created. Right. Then there is a role that is required. In our case, when we created the replication rule, at that time AWS created the role as well. So we didn't need to create the role upfront, but you can create the role yourself as well. That is not an issue. But just keep that in mind when you create the role. First, you put the accesses, etc., and then the other part is the trust, who is going to actually assume the role. So here, in our case, it is going to be S3 service. So that is your role. And then very important point is this bucket policy in the destination part. Very important point is the destination bucket policy in the destination bucket in the account B. Okay. So here you can see that, like I told you, principal will be your role. Just keep that in mind. Your principal, this role that you can see S3 replication role, principal will be your role. And then you will have action, and obviously the resource would be a destination bucket. So we are giving access to this role. Just keep that in mind. Very important. Otherwise, you might add basically account account A is a principal. Then it will not work. Account A is not itself doing the replication stuff. Who is doing the replication stuff? Basically, this role, and this role is assumed by S3 service in account A. So that is we have added in the trust relationship. Okay. So account A, say like Bob is having that permission to actually pass on the role. So I am able to successfully pass on this role to whom? To the S3 service in the account A. And account A has the access to the destination bucket via what? Bucket policy. Bucket policy. Just keep that in mind. Okay, I'm repeating this because this is a very confusing part, and these are the two most important things in the cross-region replication. Otherwise, everything is pretty straightforward. And then how replication works, like when you upload object to source, say this S3 replication service, right? This S3 service will assume the role, like I told you, and it will write to destination. And then your destination is available as you have seen in the actual hands-on. Correct? So this is what I wanted to demo in this cross-account replication. So it could be same region or a cross-account region. See, if there are different accounts, right? So you just need to keep one thing in mind. Bucket policy is required in the destination bucket. What is the difference? If the account is same, right? You don't need this. Generally, you won't need this. Your role is enough. That is the thing. If it was like in the destination bucket was part of the account A itself, then you wouldn't need the bucket policy. But if the account changes, you need this bucket policy. Only this thing is something that is very important. In your bucket policy, your role is your principal. Hopefully, this will help you understand the cross-region replication and same region replication in different accounts. Thank you so much. Have a good day.